Hi children, good morning everyone. Let us study a new lesson. What makes a nation by C Rajagopalachari, popularly known as Rajaji. Do you know who he is? Of course you may know him. Okay, now? He is the first Indian Governor General of India. Who was the first one for independent India? It is not him. It is Lord Mountbatten. Independent India. So he was the last Viceroy and first Governor General of free independent India. Of course, you know he was not an Indian. Yes, Rajaji was the first Indian Governor General. Okay, in this essay, which is a speech delivered to Laxminarayan Institute of Technology in the year 1948. Yes, just after the independence. So you must imagine always that it is during that time, 70 years before that the speech was delivered. So that background is that. Okay now. So free independent India, India got freedom, and we are building a new nation. We had a lot of expectation how our India will be, how our independent India will be. Okay. So what makes a nation? He is giving a lecture. Okay. Let us see that. I wish I had the eloquence of speech, fluency of speech. So someone was speaking. Who was that? Your Vice Chancellor commanded. What an eloquence he commands. He commanded in his speech. He spoke eloquently, fluently. Yes, a nice orator speaker. Your Vice Chancellor is. I wish I had that. What's it? Eloquence which your Vice Chancellor commanded. I wish I had. Hey, says Rajaji. Okay. I wish I had the courage which your representative sister commanded. A girl came and spoke in front of all. Not now, but in 1948. Soon, immediately after independence. A girl student coming and addressing a vast gathering asked that there is something unbelievable even for great Rajaji. I wish I had the courage. Yes, she showed such a courage. I wish your representative, girl representative, student representative, a sister, your sister says to the boys, for you, she is a sister. I wish I had that courage of the girl who presented such an eloquent speech. I did not believe that when I was so young as that girl. When I was the age of that girl, you see, when I was at her age, I do not believe that I could have faced such a vast gathering. I could never have faced such a vast gathering at her age. I am an old man now, I have a lot of experience and several other things. So at her age, commanding such courage and speaking a vast gathering, addressing a vast gathering, it's something unbelievable for me. I don't think I would have the courage of the representative who made such a nice speech to such a vast gathering, says our Rajaji. See once again, I don't believe that when I was so young as that girl, in her age, I would have faced such a vast gathering, exhilarated, means excited, potentially mischievous material as the one ranged before me. Most probably, the material I am going to present may be mischievous, it may seem to be. But I don't think I would have that courage which the girl has just now exhibited or shown. I am amazed at the courage of your sister, my dear boys. Dear boys, I am amazed and surprised at the courage that the girl showed in front of you all, such a vast gathering. Yes, would you dare to think that one of you could come up and talk as she did? Can you imagine that one of you could come and speak as she did, in spite of all the possible shouts that you could arise, in spite of all the possible, shouts and laughter, other boys would make fun of her, a girl coming? Not now. 70 years before, 72, 73 years before, during time of independence and all, girls were not sent to school. No, only boys were sent to school. Very rarely that, generally children are not sent to school. And girls especially at that time. Why to send to school? Spending money now. Send them for some work is earning money. See, leaving, they have to forego their earning. When some children become grown up, they will be sent for some work. Even poor people would send them for some menial job. It's a method of way of earning money. Sending for education means spending money. Why should we spend money? Especially for girls. Anyhow, they have to be sent in marriage when they are at the age of 12, 13 or 14. That was the age of marriage during that time. Imagine how they would manage a family. They would be just like servants now. I tend to last one lesson. Do you remember that? What is my name? Yes, there is some real truth in that. A girl going to a strange house, husband's house at the age of 12 or 13 or even 14, what she knows about life? This 18 years age is made compulsory only recently, a few decades before. That's all. Until then, anyone can marry at any age, even 12 also was possible. So that such a girl coming to a new house, a strange house, what might be her condition? Just like a servant, cleaning, sweeping, obeying everything that father-in-law or mother-in-law would command. She would obey everything. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, amma. Yes, appa. Like that. Okay, now. So, during that time, girl child was not sent to school. Because parents thought, no, anyhow they have to send her in marriage. For that they must spend a lot of money. Then why to give education also? They never gave good education to children. Girl children. Okay? Yes. Would you dare to think that one of you could come up and talk as she did, in spite of all the possible shouts that you could raise? Generally, when a girl comes onto the stage, boys will make all kinds of shouting, whistling. Even now, in 21st century, it is there. Then what about the condition of a girl at the time of before independence or soon after independence? The first thing, therefore, I should do is to warn boys. I warn every boy here to be prepared against this competition of the girls. You are going to face a very strong and tough competition from the part of the girls. They are competing with you, going to compete with you in every field. Not only have girls as much brain matter as you have. Don't think that this intelligence belongs to only boys. No, they have as equal. They are as equal as you. They have equal intelligence and abilities as you boys students have. Yes, but they have been displaying in their studies a concentration of mind which boys have not been displaying. Yes, they exhibit more concentration of mind than boy students are exhibiting. Generally, we know that they are more hardworking now. Really, girls are more hardworking than boys. Boys, they would not concentrate for so much time. They would read for some time. They would get up and go and do some other business. Girls would be going on working and reading and studying and writing and only girls can do that. Is it not so? It is something great. They have that concentration of mind for long hours. Yes. I am not stating merely a theoretical proposition. Not a mere principle, proposition. Theoretical, not telling just theories and principles. I have been watching research in various institutions, and the curve of success is going in favor of the girls. Let me tell you, the curve of success, the graph of success now going in favor of girls than boys. Yes, they are becoming more and more successful in many universities than the boys are becoming. Okay, let me tell you a fact, a truth, that girls are showing more, success in many universities than the boys are doing now. Mother India wants hard-working, good boys and good girls. Not only boys, not only girls. Yes, we want hard-working boys and girls in every field of life. Mother India wants. So we must be prepared. Okay. Character being the gold out of which everything else is made. For that, good character is required. It is a material. Gold is a material. In the same way, character is a material by which everything else is made. If character is not there, nothing can be made. No good nation can be built if people have no character. Take the example of gold. Using gold, we can make many materials, many kinds of ornaments. Many things can be made. Everything can be made out of gold. Only it is costly, that is all. Okay, now many kinds of ornaments. If that gold is not good, not 22 carat, not 916, is not so to show its real quality. Okay, now low quality gold means it won't last for long. In the same way, pure gold, pure character, good character we must make. Otherwise, we cannot construct a new nation. Okay, now that's what he is going to tell. Character being the gold out of which everything else is made. Everything else is made based on this, pure, precious, element, that is character. The precious element, by which we make a good character is a gold. Is it not so? In the same way, if character is not good, we cannot make a good nation, construct a good nation. Once again, read that Mother India wants hard-working, good boys and good girls, character being the gold out of which everything else is made. Yes, Mother India wants boys and girls with a good character. If we have no character, I tell you, this freedom that we are acclaiming, we are praising that we are free India. We are feeling proud that we are free India. But even the freedom, would be burned up like waste paper. It would be nothing but waste paper if the people of India, do not have a good character. Okay, now, if you have no character, I tell you, if you have no character, this freedom that we are acclaiming, we are praising, we are feeling proud of, even this freedom would be burned up like waste paper. It is nothing but good for nothing, waste paper, if we have no character. So, character is the gold by which everything else is made. There is a strong words, by Rajaji, that we should have good character to build, a new nation. What makes a nation? Number one, character. Our heading, what makes a nation? Is good character we need to have to make a nation, a good nation. A great nation we should make. For that, we need a good character. It is only if we have character that freedom will produce happiness. If only we have good character that freedom will produce happiness for millions of our country. If only we have good character, this freedom we have just got will produce happiness, real happiness for millions and millions of our country. If only we have character, that this freedom that we have got can produce real happiness for millions and millions of people of India. Character is not merely a copybook ideal. It is not something, a principle, a copybook ideal, a copybook from where you look and copy down. No. It is not merely a principle. It is the wisest national policy. It is the wisest national policy that can be conceived by any statesman. Statesmen are get political leaders, those who make the policy of a country, statesmen, policy makers. So, it's a national policy. It is the wisest national policy. During the time of Socrates, is it not so? I mean, the purpose, the aim, the motto of a nation or a government was to make people virtuous. Means having good character. Is it not so? Yes, even the Socratic dictum was there. What's that? Virtue is knowledge. The real knowledge means people having good virtue means all good qualities. Make people virtuous was a function of a government during that time. Make people virtuous means very good people with good character. Yes. So even it was told virtue is real knowledge means virtuous. A virtue which means make people virtuous, which means good people with good character. Yes, it is the wisest national policy that can be conceived by any statesman. It is only if you have character that all things will work. If you don't have character, nothing will work. Yes, nothing will work. Otherwise, not only freedom, education, and universities, but the whole constitution will be mere waste paper. If we have no character, everything, what all things are there? I mean, what's that? Freedom, education, universities, the whole constitution will be mere waste paper. Good for nothing, utter waste will become. Hence, the emphasis on character means giving importance to character has to be formed by the best type. I welcome the growing number of girls in schools and colleges. I am happy that I find more girls are there in schools and colleges, because it means that schools and colleges are carried boldly into families. Our first education, where your first education begins in the family. Your mother is your first teacher. Yes, this education can be carried on in the family itself. Okay, now, schools and colleges are carried boldly into families. That means education can be conducted even in families. We will not need to multiply universities if only mothers are all university products. If only the mothers of each and every home are university products. That means graduates. We don't need so many universities in India. Why? It is explained here. Then every home will in itself be a university. Your mother being the first stage is there. All boys and girls that have to be looked after will be looked after from the earliest stages in the home by a worthy principal. Even at the earliest stage, I mean, every child will be looked after by a worthy, a qualified principal. It is none other than the mother of the family. Even now the problem is there. Those students, children going to English medium schools, when they come back home, many parents in the village especially, are not able to help them in their studies. Is it not so? They don't know what is being taught in the school because they don't have much education. Maybe primary education only they got in their time. So they are unable to help the children. If only children are helped by their parents or elders, that they can study very well. In the class itself, they cannot study everything. You know it very well, is it not so? So, if the mother is a graduate, every family will turn to become a university. Mark that point, what's it? All boys and girls that have to be looked after will be looked after from the earliest stages in the home by a worthy principal, a qualified principal, namely the mother of the family. She herself would become the principal of that house. See, your first teacher is your mother. You learn the first word, even the word Amma, is it not so? Then she teaches the child the remaining words that they have, children, each of them has to study. Is it not so? And later on, father would also help in teaching them small words, phrases, sentences. Slowly they learn to talk little things and all. Is it not so? Your first classroom is your own house. Suppose that mother and father, of course, are graduates. They can teach the children, the young ones. A good education they can give. the fundamentals they can give. If the fundamentals are strong, it is very easy for a student to pick up and get good knowledge and good education. Yes. Do you then doubt the evaluation I make? Then, do you doubt the evaluation I make? That every girl graduate is worth 5 boy graduates. In the sense that she can teach the children. Taking the average of a family to be 5. In every family, the average members would be 5 or around 5. Now not now. During that time, every family used to have 4, 5, 6 children. During that time, half a dozen used to be like that. Nowadays, not. 2 is a standard, or even 1 also. We can find. Is not so? Husband and wife, they would have only 1 child. That's enough for them. Okay, now they don't believe that they should have maximum number of children and all. They never think in such a way. Gone are the days people used to have so many children at their home. During that time, average members of the family used to be 5, 6, etc. So every girl graduate is equal to 5 boy graduates, in the sense that the graduate mother can teach her own children. She can become her own teacher and like a principal also. Every family would become a university in such a way. Hey, so you should not doubt my evaluation that every girl graduate is equal to 5 boy graduates, in the sense that if she is a graduate, she can teach her own children at home, and in such a way she can change her family into a university. Okay. Next page, next paragraph. It is only in our country that 10 lakhs of people can congregate in a small area. Only in our country that lakhs and lakhs of people can congregate, means assemble in a small area around a temple and finish the festival without accident. We find many festivals in many temples. Lakhs and lakhs of people assemble there, and they all disperse after when the function is over, with no calamity, no violence, everything done in order. Okay, now only it is possible in India. Only. Okay, now only in India it is possible. In other places, gatherings such as this will be possible only with organizations for a preservation of order. There will be many organizations specially trained for preservation of order. Our culture is so ancient, Asha Bhara Samskara, that we are proud of. So ancient culture we have. Okay, you see, so well established that we can ordinarily have a most difficult congregations without any special arrangements. We can have the most, difficult organizations and congregations without any special arrangements for order. Okay, a preservation of order. I had feared that there was a deterioration in this matter in our country. Yes, deterioration means worsening. In our country also it is going from bad to worse. It has become worst nowadays. Is it not so? Violence you can find everywhere. No discipline. Is it not so? Police there, military is there, everything is there. But internal security, is it safe? No. It is moving from bad to worse nowadays. Okay, let us hope for the best. That is what I can say this now. Okay, where is it? I had feared that there was a deterioration. Means going worse, becoming bad worse in this matter. In our country, in recent times, recently we have found worse situations. When I saw so vast a crowd in this place, I was little doubtful. I doubted whether you would maintain sufficient silence, whether you would be maintaining enough silence and discipline to let me complete my task of thanking you for all this affection you have bestowed upon me. Yes, I was doubtful whether what's that? You would maintain sufficient silence. I doubted at first whether you would be maintaining enough silence. Order. Okay, and discipline. I doubted whether you would be maintaining discipline for the fact that I should complete my work, a task of thanking you for all this affection you have bestowed upon me. You have given me. We are in very serious times. He continues his speech. We are passing through every tough times, difficult times, serious times, because we are free. He says in a different meaning. We are free, so we have more responsibilities. That's what. So we are going through serious times because we are free. Why? Let us see why. If we had not got freedom, the task would have been less serious. Had we not got freedom, the task, we have great task, great responsibility to take care of the nation, law and order, building a new nation. Heavy task we have got. In the old days, our task was only to fight to wrest freedom. Previously, our duty was only to fight for freedom. And wrest means get freedom by fighting. Enthuse one another and carry on the work. Our duty only was to fight for freedom and give enthusiasm to others for fighting for freedom. That was easy, as we know. It was easy. See, managing and administering and ruling a great nation such as ours, where more than 100 crores of people, now 130 around. Okay, now it is a huge Herculean task, not an easy task. Previously it was not there with us. Okay, that we have freedom and the entire burden of the future structure of our country is in our own shoulders. Now, the entire structure of our country, which means rebuilding the nation, is on our shoulders, which means is our responsibility to build a new nation. We must be true in our conduct. So we must be true in our conduct. And thoughts as a brick that supports a building is true. If only each and every brick that supports a building is true, the building will last forever. See, if a brick is not true, that means not made in a proper way, it will crumble after some time. One brick enough, slowly that wall will crumble, the entire building will collapse. So each and every individual, in the same way, each and every brick should be true. Is it not so? Yes, then only the building will last forever. Then only, a nation can be built. So what he says is that till now we had been just following Britishers and the order they impose upon us. We had no responsibility. Really, there is a problem with us even now. Why? Previously, before independence, it was British Maharajas. We bowed before them. Is it not so? Now we are bowing before Indian Rajas. That is all. The average Indian and his condition is always the same. Even now, the gap between house and have-nots is so wide and vast. Is it not so? We can't even imagine. We can't even imagine what's the gap between house and have-nots. So rich means really rich. Poor means really poor. Is it not so? How many people are there below poverty line? Do you know how many people are there? More than 6 crores of people are below poverty line. Is it not so? Exact, I don't remember. I will refer and tell if you want to know. Is it not so? Because it varies from time to time. It varies from time to time. It was 5.8. I think it has gone up a little more. See, below poverty line means what? Below, what is poverty line? Is there any line drawn above the head or above the forehead of anyone? No. Those who cannot earn 27 rupees in villages and 30 rupees in cities are below poverty line. In such a way, there are 6 crores of people are there in India in 21st century. Then where is our freedom? If economic freedom is not there, real freedom does not exist. Meaning of political freedom is of no use, is it not so? The gap between haves and have-nots, rich becoming richer and the poor becoming poorer. We are just obeying, that is all. You go to government office, you are a citizen of India. When you go to government office, are you offered a seat to sit there? Do they tell you, come sir, sit sir, citizen of India, respected? Do you feel like that? No. Instead, when you stand there for a long time, you won't be cared. Or sometime you call them, sir. Then you lift their head and say, yes. That proud, arrogant feeling of a government employee. Central government means double. Okay, na? And you are just like a slave even now in 21st century. After 73 years of independence, But this is independence that we are experiencing. Is it also? Real independence means what? All are equal before the eyes of law. Do you feel all are equal before the eyes of law in India even now? I don't feel there is real equality. Okay. So what we are discussing here is a nation building. Yes, the great responsibility is there on our shoulders, that we must rebuild a new nation. Till now it was duty of Britishers and we never bothered about such kind of duties, etc. and etc. Now the risk and responsibility is so huge that we have to take care of all those things. Let us continue. So we have to be as true in our conduct and thoughts as a brick that supports a building is true. If only each and every brick that supports a building is true, that the building will last forever. In the same way, each and every individual should be true in his character if you have to build a strong nation. So what makes a nation? Yes, this is what. We can deceive one another. The speech goes on. We can deceive one another. Your neighbor can deceive. But can we deceive dynamics? Here dynamics simply means science. Science, which means what? The truth. Is it not so? Science never deceives, no. It's a matter of fact, real fact. 2 plus 3 can become only 5, not 4 and a half, 5 and a half. Is it not so? We cannot deceive science and mathematics, which means truth you cannot deceive. Okay, actually dynamics means force that produce a movement. That is, in that sense, not it is used here. We cannot deceive science, or can we deceive the laws of nature? In the same way, can we deceive the laws of nature? Science we cannot deceive. The laws of nature we cannot deceive. Truth we cannot deceive. If bricks are not true and good, if they are not laid properly, the building will tumble down. Just as I have said now. If the bricks are not true, the building will crumble down today or tomorrow or in a short while. Whatever may be the engineer's words or promises, they would say many, soft words and glorious words that it will last forever, for 3 generations it will be remaining, no problem. Whatever may be the promises given by the contractors and engineers, the bricks are not true. Building will not last forever. Okay, in the national structure we are dealing with we are dealing with the national structure of our country. How to make a new nation. How to construct a new nation. What makes a nation? Deception has no place. Deception is cheating. We cannot cheat or deceive anyone. Unless we are strenuous in our conduct, sincere. Actually, strenuous is hardworking. Here we sincere and hardworking. And honest in our minds, we cannot make a glorious India unless and until. Honest in our minds, sincere and hardworking, we cannot make a glorious India. What makes a nation? We must be honest in our minds, strenuous in our conduct. Only then we can make a glorious India. What makes a nation? Yes, these are the facts. Whatever may be the policies and tactics of statesmanship, whatever may be the science of politics and application of politics, whatever may be the organization of government, ultimately, if you wish to make India not only free but glorious, as was the hope of those who fought for freedom, we will have to work hard. What makes a nation? We have to work hard. And you will all have to be thoroughly honest. Yes, hardworking and honest. Then only we can make a great nation. Only then we can make a great nation. What makes a nation? It is this. Yes, we will have to work hard. And you will have to be thoroughly honest. If only you are honest, thoroughly, completely, 100%, then only then we can make a strong nation. What makes a nation? Remember this. Is it difficult to be straightforward, sincere and honest, straightforward? No cheating, only straightforward, honest and sincere, straightforward. If anybody has any doubts about it, all that we work for would be vanity of no use. If you have a doubt regarding whether we can be straightforward or not, all that we the work for would be of no use. It becomes of vanity or of no use. Unless we make up our minds, see means unless we determine with great determination that it is easy to be straightforward. We must determine that it is easy to be straightforward, easy to bear the troubles, to suffer, to meet with the troubles and difficulties that arises out of the straightforwardness and overcome them. When we are straightforward, honest and sincere, there might arise many difficulties and problems. You must be able to meet them, face and conquer them and be successful. Yes, overcome them. The glory that our country deserves cannot be built. We cannot build a country that such a country that our country deserves. We are not a small state like one of the states in Europe or anywhere in the world. We are a big nation. Is it not so? Even the greatest, most powerful, a nation in the world, we no doubt is America. Only 32 crores of people are there. 32 crore! And we are 130 crore. Is it not so? We are not a small nation. The empire where sun never sets, the British Empire. Is it not so? A few group of some islands, very small in size, in population also. Not as big as our country. Is it not so? Yes, we are a great nation. The largest democracy in the world. Not the oldest, that's America. Okay. The oldest democracy is America and the largest is India. Yes. See? Or anywhere in the world. We are not a new state with no tradition or culture to look up to. We are not a new state with no tradition. We have great tradition. Ancient Indian culture. Arsha Bhara Samskara. We are great big country in a way. We are great and big country that we are. Even after partition, we are a great big country and we are, a very ancient people with literature and culture, which if we could sell to any other nation, they would sell their whole empire to buy. We have great tradition. India has great culture and tradition. If we are willing to sell it, any other nation would sell their whole empire to buy our culture and tradition. Such a great tradition we have, culture and tradition we Indians have. We have to work hard and live up to that tradition and culture. So, we have to work hard to live up to the expectation of that tradition of our, of India, tradition and culture. Yes, we have to work hard to live up to the expectation to that tradition and culture. Therefore, friends, take what I say very seriously. It is easy to be straightforward. No difficulty to become straightforward, sincere and honest. Difficulties that arise in life can always be overcome. If at all there comes a difficulty, it can be overcome. Even if you fail, it will still add to your glory. Even if you fail, no problem. There is glory in failure. If you fight and fail, even if you fail, there is some glory in that failure. Therefore, let us make up our minds that we shall in no matter swerve from, means deviate from, move away from the path of rectitude, means honesty. We shall never deviate from the real path of honesty. We will be 100% honest in every way. Let us determine, yes, let us make up our minds. Let us determine very strongly that we shall never deviate from the path of honesty. Okay, in the first few years of Free India, whatever be the work that comes to you, that is God, your God-sent job, whatever duty you have to perform, take it as a work sent by God Himself. And you must do that work. The work may be small, silly, unimportant. Take it as God-given work. It's not so, God's own work. Okay. We must all resolve that during this period when we are laying the glorious foundation of Free India. Yes, we are laying the foundation of free, independent India. There is no time for wrangling, quarreling or competitive ambitions. We should be selfless. You see, we should not have any competitive ambitions. It is time for everyone to seize whatever work, to catch, to get, to receive whatever work he can find and do it as well as he can. Do it as well as he can. Do it double shift night and day and build India quickly. We must resolve, work hard and build India quickly. Yes, that makes a nation. What makes a nation? It is here it is. I am old and I wish to see glorious India before I die. I want to see a glorious India before I die. It is only young men and women like you who can guide the nation and guide it in the right direction. Yes, young men like you people, the graduates and students can build a glorious India in the right direction. You are the leaders of India. A country with 400 million requires many leaders. Not one or two enough. Millions of leaders are required in India. Leaders are not only those who faces appear in the newspapers. I mean, in the news items, only very few people's face, they are the leaders, their face only would appear in the newspaper, news magazines or news channels. He who guides people round him in his village or town or home is also a leader. One who guides his people of his locality in a village, even in his home, he is also a leader. And he should be a leader worthy of a future India. Yes, the last paragraph. Therefore, the universities are here. That is the importance of universities. These universities generate a good number of leaders for new India, young leaders are to be generated from these universities. Universities are the hopes of our national leaders. Our government hopes that the universities will produce rapidly, speedily, year after year, thousands and thousands of leaders to guide people right in honesty. Yes, they will guide people in honesty and work throughout the country. Then all will be well. India will grow, not like a structure, but like a tree, full of life, always growing. Structure means what? No more growth. A building, no more growth. You see, is a dead structure. Is it not so? Yes, but a tree is a living structure, always growing with new leaves sprouting. Yes, let it be like a tree growing always. India will grow like a natural organic body. Yes, like a tree. India will be growing like a natural organic body, living body, having life, full of life. If only you are true to yourself. So, you must be true to yourself first of all and build a good character. Then we can construct a new nation. This is what, Rajaji wants to convey to the students of that university, Laxminarayan, university. Okay, na? Hey, this was a speech delivered by Rajagopalachari, where students of Laxminarayan Institute of Technology, Nagpur, on August 26, 1948. So read the essay once again. If in doubt there is, let me know it. I will clarify. Thank you for watching. Thank you.